I failed 75 hard. But, before you get disappointed in me, I am restarting it. And we're gonna take it seriously this time. I don't wanna be a girl who just says, well, I don't feel like it, so I don't do it. No, no, no. I have goals, I have dreams, I have a life that I want to live. I had to document this because I got back from my trip today and I already have my second load of laundry from the trip in the washing machine right now. And I'm about to unpack my suitcase. And this never happens ever. So I'm basically a changed woman. But we do have a little bit of catching up to do because I failed 75 hard. Yeah. Yep, I quit it. I stopped tracking my habits altogether. And, I just wasn't taking it very seriously. And I was kind of doing what I felt like. And literally the entire point of 75 hard is to stop caring so much about your feelings and just be disciplined and stick to the plan regardless of how you're feeling. So yeah, safe to say that did not happen for me. But before you get disappointed in me, I am restarting it. And we're gonna take it seriously this time. I genuinely believe it's because the Post-it started to fall off the wall. I could no longer tear off a Post-it note and have that be my little dopamine hit of the day. So I just quit. I know, I'm kidding. I'm gonna do a little bit of reflecting and thinking about what happened. Why did I fail? I'm going to put away my luggage and we'll catch up again tomorrow because I'm not gonna start the challenge tomorrow, but I'm gonna be doing a lot of the activities already to kind of get me warmed up. And then I'm gonna start fresh on Sunday. Something about just starting this challenge on a Sunday just feels right. So that's what we're going to do. And I am going to complete it this time. I'm going to take it so seriously. I'm going to be the most disciplined you've ever seen me. I mean, look at me already. I'm literally putting away my clothes the day that I got back from my trip. I want you guys to understand how big of a deal this is because the last time I went on a trip, I went to Seattle to see my friend who was here in Charleston for the weekend. Trip was amazing, by the way. But anyways, when I went to see her out in Seattle, she lives out there, I came back and I put my luggage in the middle of the hallway and I left it there because I was like, okay, cool. Every time I walk out of my room, I will see this and I will know that I need to do my laundry and need to put these things away. I'm not joking. It was 3 weeks later when I finally actually put that stuff away. So we're a changed woman now. I'm going to be the type of gal who gets home from a trip, starts that laundry, and not only starts the laundry, finishes the laundry, puts it away, and cleans out the entire suitcase and puts the suitcase back in the closet, okay? So that's the kind of girl that I'm going to be going forward. And that's the kind of discipline that I'm going to put into place for this 75 hard challenge. So if that is what you're trying to embody, and maybe you're feeling a little bit more like the past Jackie who took 3 weeks to put away her suitcase, it's okay. You're welcome here because I know you very well. And you can literally decide right now that that's no longer who you are. That you are the kind of person who puts away their suitcase the day of. And that's what I'm doing. You know how badly I don't want to do this? I really don't want to do this. But I'm going to do it. So I'll even show you a little clip of my cleared out suitcase to prove it. Okay? That's how serious I am about this. Okay. Well, we're going to have fun with this. I'm so excited to actually take you through an entire 75 hard and see how much that changes my discipline. I don't want to be a girl who just says, well, I don't feel like it, so I don't do it. No, no, no. I have goals. I have dreams. I have a life that I want to live. And the life that I want to live means I'm going to follow the plan. I'm going to be disciplined and I'm going to do the things that I said I was going to do. And that's how you build self-confidence. That's how you build self-discipline. And that's how you build the life of your dreams. So let's do this. You and me. Let's do this. By the way, if you're like, WTF is this lighting? What's going on? Do you live in a rave house? No, I do not. I'm just obsessed with vibey lighting. And I found these literal $10 lamps on Amazon. And it projects it onto the ceiling. If you can see this ring. And I turn it on every single night instead of the big lights because those are overstimulating. And it is the best vibe. This is how I read. This is how I wind down for the night. And it makes me really happy. There's so much that I want to say. When you begin the journey of vlogging, it's I want you guys to know everything about me, but there's so many things to know about me. And I don't want to just shove it all down your throat at once. So you know what, we're just gonna let this unfold organically, and you'll learn some bits and bobs about me as we go through this. As at the end of this 75 hard challenge, I feel like we're gonna be a lot closer. Okay, I need to stop talking, and I need to put my stuff away because I'm procrastinating. It's 8 o'clock. I need to get ready for bed. I'm excited to read my book. So I'm reading the Magnolia Park series. Tara Michelle talked about it in her vlog, and I'm obsessed with her vlog. And I was like, okay, this sounds like a book that I need to read. And then I also started reading another book called The Midnight Library, because that's what I brought with me on my last vacation. And it's really good, but I think I want to go back to the Magnolia Parks series. And I love reading and I want to read, but I can't read until I put away my suitcase. So that's what we're going to do now. I'm going to shut up and I'm going to complete this task. Okay, bye. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I'm just sitting here with my puppy dog who wants some belly scratches. This is Mishkwa. He is the best dog in the entire world and I'm obsessed with him. He is our child. You can't tell me otherwise. I just sat down to do my morning pages for the day, and then I'm going to read a little bit of The Courage to be Disliked. I've been reading this book since November and I still haven't finished it. So it's a good book, but it's just kind of a slow read. I like a lot of the concepts and stuff, but I don't love the style of writing, which makes sense because it's translated from Japanese. So it's like, it probably sounds better in Japanese than it does in English, but I really like a lot of the concepts in it. So we're going to try to finish that. Not today, but before I move on to my next personal development book. And then I'm going to do my devotional, which right now I'm currently doing daily reflections from Alcoholics Anonymous, just trying to get back into recovery work because I've been sober for 4.5 years and I never actually went through like the full recovery journey. So I kind of just want to dive back into that theory and into their practices just to give it a full go, to try to fully heal from my addiction, not just step away from alcohol, because that part has been, for me, the easy part, but I've fallen into other addictions like scrolling on my phone or eating sugar, different things like that. So it's like, I really want to get to the root cause and I want to heal the addict in me, not just quit the vice. My brain's not fully turned on yet. I haven't had my coffee. However, I drink decaf, so like it shouldn't really have that much of an impact on my brain, but placebo maybe. So I'm going to drink my coffee and then I've got to get to work, but we'll chat later because I want to talk to you all about why I'm starting over 75 hard and what I'm going to do differently this time. Okay, I'm taking a little mid-morning break to make myself some oatmeal. This is like kind of second breakfast, so I have it basically every single day. That's another thing that makes tracking macros so easy for me is I literally eat the same thing for breakfast every single day. I eat the same thing for dinner, also pretty much every single day. So pre-logged, I already have my dinner, my evening yogurt bowl, my egg bites for breakfast, my protein coffees for breakfast, a banana that I always have, and then this oatmeal that I add some Greek yogurt to, and it is so good. So it's carrot cake oatmeal. And then if you put the Greek yogurt on it, it tastes like cream cheese frosting and it is phenomenal. It's so good. It's not like the cleanest thing, like there is refined sugar in it, but you know, we're not aiming for perfection here, just good enough. So it has been a busy week at work. I was out of town on Monday, out of office because I was driving back from Charleston, and we have one of our big meetings on Thursday, tomorrow, I guess, that I had to do a bunch of prep and stuff for. So I've been working on that till the last minute. And then this morning we had our earnings call, which went as expected. I love my 9 to 5. So I work in finance. I do FP&A. If you're familiar at all with the finance world, I know it looks the same to people who, if they're not in the world, they're like, oh yeah, you're an accountant. I'm like, kind of. I did actually get my CPA. So I was a CPA in a past life. I did let it expire because I don't want to be an accountant. It came easily to me, but I don't want to do that. I just wanted to show that I knew my accounting so that I could like work in finance and have my accounting friends be like, oh, amazing. She can hang. She knows what she's talking about. T accounts. Yeah. So now I am just letting my oatmeal cook and I have not worked out yet for the day. So I did take my puppy on a walk while I was listening to the earnings call, but that doesn't really count as exercise. So that's where I went wrong before. That's one of the areas where I went wrong is I just wasn't taking it very seriously, right? Like I just have movement as part of my life. every single day, I'm going to go for at least 2 walks. I'm going to get my 10,000 steps basically every single day. But just because I take the dog on a walk and it happens to take 45 minutes doesn't mean I was doing 45 minutes of exercise, you know? So this next round, when I do actually restart, which is going to be on Sunday, I'm going to retape all of my Post-it notes to the wall so that they don't fall down. I'm going to take my workouts super seriously. And the biggest thing is that I am going to actually plan out my day the night before. So I'm going to look at what I have for the next day, and I'm going to make sure that I schedule in time blocks. Like, hey, here's workout number 1, here's workout number 2, here's exactly what I'm going to do for it. And I'm also going to do tiered levels of habits. Okay, so there's going to be the tier 1, that's going to be the actual 75 hard habits, the 2 workouts, the reading 10 pages of a personal development book, the following a diet, which is going to be tracking my macros still, and I think that's it. Those are going to be like the tier 1 habits. Those are like literally I cannot make a single excuse. That's what I have to do. And then the next tier is going to be the things like my morning routine, which is going to include my like devotional, my prayer, my journaling, morning pages, all of those things, but they're going to be like my tier 2. So I'm going to do those every day if I can, but I only have to hit it 5 days a week. Whereas if I miss anything from the tier 1, which is the actual 75 hard things, I have to start completely over from scratch. So I want this to be something that's realistic. And I think when I had so many habits that were all ranked in the top priorities, one of them being the facial massage, which I just did not. It was not the right teaching style for me. It was basically every single day you do a different. First, you'd start with like a 10-minute video. That was like the warm up. And then you'd have to do another 25-minute video. And then there were 2 other like 10-minute videos that were like bonuses. And I just couldn't do it. Like, that's just not the learning style that works for me. So if you're considering the Beauty by Anastasia, I don't know how you pronounce her name, course, my review would be not for me. It might work for some other people, but was not the thing for me because you don't have any like diagrams. There's no pictures. There's no way you can go back to like a certain exercise and do just that one exercise. You really have to watch the entire 25-minute video in order to get anything out of it. And that just didn't feel sustainable for me. So I've actually found some new YouTube accounts that do basically the same kind of exercises, but they're in a more organized way that works better with my brain. So that's one thing that I'm also gonna strike off of the list. I'm not gonna be doing a facial massage every single day. If I think of it and I do it, that's amazing, but it's not part of my 75 hard. What we're really focusing on here is building discipline. And if I have that many things, I'm going to come up with excuses. It's just going to be a little bit too much. And that's just not what we're trying to do here. So I think the key thing that I want to focus on right now is my physical health and this YouTube channel. So if I am recording my process or my progress throughout this journey, and I'm actually completing all of those tasks, I'm going to feel physically better. If I'm tracking my macros, if I'm hitting those 2 workouts every single day, I'm going to feel better. I'm going to look better. My body is going to be more of what I'm looking for and what I want to be in a bikini this summer. So that is like really gonna build the discipline. And the approach that I had before was just like, oh yeah, like I'll do it. It could be fun, you know? Like I was very like lackadaisical with it, and I was already like changing rules and doing different things like that. And that's literally the opposite of the program. The reason why you do the program is to be more disciplined and to not give into your excuses, right? So I'm sure there's gonna be a bunch of excuses that do end up coming up that are trying to stop me from doing the tier 1 exercises, but I'm not going to let them. So if you've been watching so far and being like, is she really even doing the 75 hard thing? She's not really recording it. Things are about to change. You are going to see my 2 workouts every single day. You are going to hear about what I'm reading about in my personal development book. You are going to see me show up as the best version of myself and not make any excuses. You're probably going to hear what my excuses want to be, the excuses that are trying to show up. You're going to hear about the resistance of what I'm feeling during this program. But you're also going to see me show up and be disciplined, show up and choose the plan over my feelings. And that is something that I'm so excited about. I think this is going to be a really, really good challenge that's going to get me back into this locked in goal chasing state, because that's what my goal is for this year. I think there's different seasons for things, and I'm not a mother. I work a fully remote 9-to-5 job. That's amazing, that I love. But outside of that, like I have pretty low social commitments. We are planning on moving to a different state. We've been planning on moving to a different state for the past 2 years. So I don't feel really inclined to build a really good community here. We have a couple really good friends, but my social life is just kind of it's not a huge part of my life right now. I don't have that many obligations. So I really don't have an excuse. If there's going to be a time in my life where I can do this 75 hard challenge and complete it all the way through, it is now. So maybe you are feeling similarly where you're like, I could do it. No, I encourage you to go all in. We can start this over together. I know that there's going to be an amazing benefit at the end of this. So on Sunday, you're going to actually watch me do my like progress pictures, my measurements, and I'm going to share what they are with you because that's going to hold me accountable. I'm going to tell you what my macro goals are. I'm going to tell you exactly what I plan to do and like what a typical day will look like. So that's going to be more of like the structure, and it's going to actually be around the 75 hard challenge. So yes, you're going to see the vlogs of my life, which are going to include like everyday life, but it is going to be a lot more focused on that building discipline and becoming the version of yourself that you're super proud of. That's what I'm the most excited for. Like, I know that I want to be a mother someday, but I don't feel like I could show up as that and be my best self right now. So a lot of these things that I'm doing are preparing me to be a mother in the future. And when I say future, I mean like 2 to 3 years, which I know might feel late because I'm already 32, but we'll talk about that some other time. Anyways, I've been rambling so much. I need to eat this oatmeal and then get back to work, but we will chat later.